Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, and maybe to some of you, good night. Welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. That's what we do every Wednesday night. We come to you with a featured guest speaker, a leading lady, leaving a legacy. And tonight, oh my goodness, I am Joy Ruffin. My work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. And one of my joys is bringing to you every Wednesday night a featured leading lady, a guest speaker. And tonight, oh my goodness, I love this woman. And let me tell you, I like her first name, but her last name is what really warms me up because I love the word power and have no fear of it. We'll talk about that a wee bit. Udana Power. She is a certified life coach and a leadership consultant, a speaker and author. And tonight, we're going to talk about her acting career and her career now, entrepreneurial, and all the excitement. And I'm old school, old fashioned back in the day. So we're going to mention a name maybe that some of you out there might not be that familiar with because of the generational gap. Yet, I bet you'll know her and remember her. And you'll maybe Google and do some research about her when I bring her up. So just sit back and relax and get comfortable and help me welcome our featured guest speaker tonight, Udana Power. Udana, hello.
Hi, pleasure to be here. I love your energy. It's just wonderful.
Oh my goodness, energy. Well, we had a lot of conversation about energy a few days ago, and I'll speak to that a little bit later.
Yep.
But Udana, your background fascinates me for all the good reasons because I love the entertainment industry, Broadway, media, and all of that. And I know for a fact one of my favorite leading ladies that you worked with. But I want you to tell me a little bit about how you came to this wonderful title that you gave me, Ageless, Juicy Living, and How to Be Ageless, and then share a little bit about this wonderful leading lady that you and I both know and know well.
Well, I came to the concept of ageless, juicy living because I want another 20 or 30 years and I want a juicy baby. And a lot of times we women miss the juicy stuff because we're taking care of everybody else. We're just focused and we get paid in smiles. If everybody else is happy, then we've done our job. And I've worked with women for at least 17 years now. And I've noticed that some of them tell me, well, the time they have for alone me time is in the middle of the night after everybody else goes to bed. So I'm here to be talking about age juicy living where we get better, not older.
I love that. I love that, Udana, because that's me somewhat now because of this time in my life. I work best at night. I'm a night owl anyway, for all the personal reasons. But yet, the way that you stated why it is what we have to erase. Tell us a little bit about this wonderful person that I know you worked with and adore as I do. She's no longer with us, but tell us a little bit about that experience because if they don't know her by name, they'll know of Coco Chanel and the play that she starred in. So tell us a little bit about that experience.
Yes. It was at the very beginning of my acting and singing career as a musical theater.
Yes.
And Alan Jay Lerner, the man who wrote My Fair Lady, Brigadoon, Gigi,
Yes.
On a Clear Day You Could See Forever, it goes on forever. He discovered me in a little theater and flew me back east to be the star ingenue opposite Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah.
If you don't know Katharine Hepburn, she's very famous, Katharine, really, but she's an icon for women in particular. And Cecil Beaton did the costumes, and it was quite a remarkable experience. So I went there brand new, and I learned so much from her because she was a trailblazer and a powerful woman who actually created her own career. And there are a lot of things that happened. Her history is really interesting, but I learned a couple of things from you. Can I share those few things?
Absolutely.
She said, always be early, be 10 minutes early, because if you're not early, you're late, That was one of the things. And then she also said, we were at Alan. I'm standing there with all these icons in the theater. I mean, Alan and Andre Previn, who is a conductor, composer, and Michael Bennett, who created a chorus line and Dream Girls. I mean, these people, and Alan says, okay, we've got to get you, we've got to go through that first act. We're just going to get it on its feet. And she says, well, I got to be out of here by 5:30. That's in my contract. And he goes, oh, yes, we will, Kate. Just walk through it. And she looked at all these famous icons and said, I never walk through anything. And she turned around and walked away.
Wow.
And we were all left. I mean, I'm in my early 20s and I'm just going.
You know what, Udana? That cracks me up for several reasons. First off, we are all about female trailblazers here and agents of change and all of that. And we saw, hubby and I, that play on Broadway. So I know exactly what you're talking about. But in conjunction with that, you're talking about her work ethic.
Yes.
And my upbringing too was like, if you're going to do something, do it completely thoroughly and put your heart and soul into it. Today, she said, I don't walk through anything. I get that. I don't know how many received that day that it was said, but that really is powerful. What did people do? They just stood around with their mouth hanging open, I suppose. They couldn't believe it.
They listen, these famous people with, you know, I mean, they all these men, they just stood there aghast.
I can imagine.
Looking at each other, wondering. I mean, the conductor, that, you know, they were all, these were all legends in their own world.
Yes.
And she took control of the whole thing. I mean, from the very beginning, the very first read through, she was full out.
I love the way you imitate her voice because, you know, if you had your eyes closed and you're listening, you would think maybe that was her. Listen, Udana, your name, first off, I love because that last name, Power, really, we're going to speak a little bit about that. But what a background. And yet what you're doing today is aligned and ties in. Tell us a little bit about one of the reasons that I fell in love with you and the work that you're doing is because it aligns with my projection, outlook, and mindset. And you talk about the law of blooming. So share with us a little bit about that. You alluded to it a wee bit in the introduction, but share a little bit more because I love that, the law of blooming, because we are really walking now into true equality, the divine feminine, which is both male and female. But we're going to talk about that today. So share.
Well, I have been thinking about this literally for about 30 years and talking about it, but I didn't realize other people were talking about quantum physics.
Yes.
I really came to me because I was starring at the Mark Taper Forum. I had a fungus in my body since a kid. I went down. I was getting offers. I had to go back home and go to sleep for 10 years and figure out how to get well. And during that little adventure, I stumbled into wheatgrass juice and living foods. And Dr. Ann Winmore became a very good friend of mine. She's the one who started the whole wheatgrass juice and living food things. And I sprouted a lot of sprouts. And one of the things I sprouted most because I love them was mung beans. I know how to sprout them so they're really juicy and yummy. And over the years, as I got better, because that was one of the things that helped me cleaning out my body and then giving it this amazing nutrition, I kept seeing, it occurred to me one day that, wait a minute, I was trying to do the law of attraction, just attracting things to me. And then I don't know how it occurred to me, to tell you the truth, Joy, but all of a sudden I realized it's like, here we are in, we're here in the physical world. I believe we're body, mind, soul continuums.
I do too.
We're not just these little things being bounced around out here unless we forget who we are.
Yes.
But in the physical world, it's like that. There's gravity. You drop something and it falls.
Yes.
But there's another law going on and it's all around us and nobody's noticing it. And here's how it works. You take a little seed and it's got a little hard shell around it. And it's made of protein. And then you germinate it. You soak it in water, right? Mm-hmm. And as you soak it in water, it starts to dissolve. And the very first thing is it kind of plumps up and a little sprout comes out of the top. And then you soak it and then a little sprout comes out of the bottom. And my question that I always ask when I'm talking about this is, where do the sprouts come from? And I'm going to ask you that metaphorically. Where does the sprout come from?
Answer. You answer.
Inside. People say inside inside the seed. But then I have to say, well, wait a minute. It's too big to fit inside the seed. And that's what started it all, because I began to realize as we create our goals, we don't have to go out and chase them, because the more they chase them, the more they run away. But if we plant the goals in our consciousness and start tending to them, not only do we bloom, they bloom. We just got to keep the weeds out of the garden. We don't want the dogs coming in to dig for bones.
Oh my God, Udana. Beautiful.
Over time, it grows and bears fruit. That's kind
Beautiful. I love that. That was one of the best explanations for the law of blooming, sprouting from the inside out. The gold, the platinum is inside. This is why, here's an expression that you gave me, and I love this, Udana.
Yeah.
Women are the doorway to heaven, and the source of your favorite word?
Fecundity. And if you don't know that word, guys, go look it up. Fecundity. And it means blooming, production, bringing forth offspring. It means creative production, and fecundity is the word. Yes, that's my favorite word. And women are so powerful. Women, you are so juicy. Oh my gosh. I look at the things that women do. I mean, they nurture, they give birth, they take care of men, they take care of the family, they stretch a dollar down the street and around the corner.
Absolutely.
And then they kind of back off and say, okay, I'm okay. But women get to, you know, the Dalai Lama has said, there's a quote out there. He said, it's the Western women that are going to save the world.
Yes, I believe that. I believe that. And Udana, what you said, activate the powers within you because they're already there. And that's what you are sprouting out to convey and align with others who have the same mindset. That's why I'm here with you. I just love it, because that sprouting and that blooming, all of that is what we're about. Unfortunately, and I say this in love because I am not judgmental. I don't care what people want to throw at me.
Yeah.
Many of us women today, we're not stepping into that authentic, genuine, true, real power that is within us. So I love that. How are you sharing that knowledge, that insight, that gathering that you come to with those who come to you that you're working with? I know that you have a lot going on there.
I have a lot going on. I've been having a lot going on, but it came to me this summer. I literally sat back and I said, I've got to create a 12-week plan for myself, because there's so much that I want to get done, you know, in the next 20 or 30 years.
Yes.
And so I thought, well, I'm not a corporate gal. I'm an artist, but I love systems. So I thought, well, I'm going to sit down and create a 12-week plan for myself. And literally, again, I love to stay up in the middle of the night. I get the downloads. You know, my boyfriend lives across town, so I sit here and get the downloads. And the whole thing came, it's called The Anatomy of a Miracle, 12 weeks, a 12-week plan to transform your life. Oh, and as I was writing it, what happened at the end, I went, oh, the ahas that came to me were such that I had to stand up and walk around the house for a day and a half. It took me a week to articulate them. But basically, that's one of the ways I want to work with women. But I also am speaking about all this in the Juicy Living Triangle. I just want women to know they don't have to step into their power. They already have the power.
Yes.
And we get to activate it and own it.
Yes. Stop right there, because you're you know, everybody knows I get excited and I have to breathe and calm myself down. I can't help it. It's my DNA. I do have this high energy. But Udana, what you just said, you gave me this seed, and we need to talk about it because you're speaking about it now before we take a quick little reset. Okay. Grow your goals, don't chase them. And the way that you do that is just what you explained to us. You hold back, you breathe, you take it in, and you do the meditation, all that other stuff. So share with us a little bit about, I love how you expressed how it all came to you. You had to step back. Share with us a little bit more about that before we take a quick little reset.
Okay, because part of my journey has not only been in a career as an actress and a writer, but also I've been on a spiritual journey since 1970s. Okay, I mean a serious focus. I've been to India, back. I've been, you know, Osho. Yes. I love Osho, and I also sang in Della Reese's choir for 5 years. And my whole life has been about the divine and knowing God. Period. Yes. That's it. That begins and ends there. But I also have a kind of not a science background, but my father was an inventor. So I think in dimensions, we're interdimensional beings. What was the
We
question?
are.
You want, it's, what did, I forgot the question. I get
Well,
off.
it's about grow your goals and don't
Oh,
chase them.
yes,
Once you begin to take that spiritual and go inside, whatever your higher source might be,
yes,
ultimately, because it's there awaiting your acknowledgement, it
bingo. Oh,
surfaces.
yes. Oh, here's part of what I was going to say, because there's a lot of conversation online about it right now, especially from someone
Yes.
like Joe Dispenza. But basically, when we sit down on a daily basis, and if I don't do it, I notice the difference. But if I sit down and frame up my goals and hold them, the frequency around us, we create a vibrational frequency. I call it the vibrational signature.
Yes.
When we start making new goals, we start changing that frequency. It's like an orchestra playing in one key and then it moves into another key. Okay? But when we're holding that around us, the vision of what we want, when we get up and go into the world, into our lives, a lot of people go out into the world, and this isn't the right way to do it. They go out to get something. Oh, I got to find somebody. Oh, that's a person. Maybe what am I going to tell them about my thing, and how am I going to sell that thing? You know, it goes like that. If you set up the framework of your energy system, what you are creating with that which is the love and the juice that is flowing up through you, number one, this energy system that you're creating,
Yes.
what you're growing into. I used to blame myself for not being that yet. And so I realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm growing into this. And what grows me into that is the law of blooming coming up through me, which is provoked by loving.
I love that. Udana, I love that. That's really great. Someone had a question here and they wanted to know, how do you speak to people out getting to, they said dark, but they meant their divine femininity, which we spoke to a wee bit, but we're going to speak about that a wee bit more. I'm going to come back to you and I want you to speak to exactly what you're ending here with. How do you hold your new vibrational signature around you so that you can get through and upbring these new awarenesses that you're coming to? Hold tight. Carilla's going to put you in the green room. And when we come back, we're going to talk about your vibrational signature and how you don't chase your goals. You allow that to surface. So hold tight. I'm loving this conversation. I fall too much in love with it all. By the way, friends, I have to tell you that meeting these powerful women, and her last name is just so fitting, Power, Udana Power, Power. I embrace and love the word power. A lot of people run from it because they have too much greed in their heart and soul. We don't have that here. We're all about connections and collaborations and all of that. If you are not a member of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, we want you there. We are a tribe or group or circle of women who are all about growing and evolving with each other so that we know our pure signature, what it is and how to stand in it, because your vision, your mission, and your purpose is important. And we want you to be aware of that. I want you to just go there and join us if you're not a member already, because we need you there. We want you there because we all need each other. You don't stand alone. I don't care how brilliant, beautiful, and gifted you are. And the other thing I want to share with you, just before we take a quick little break here, we have coming up here, upgrade your style. It's finally here. My 3 weeks plus 2 bonuses, and I threw in an additional one for you. It's only $98. It's like a peek. It's like a sneak preview into what's possible for you. Because my friends, I don't brag, but reality is part of my DNA. When you come aboard, I'm going to share and give you so many gifts and tools and nuggets that Mama, Papa, Daddy didn't know, because my attending the Fashion Institute of Technology, I didn't get, but I'm going to share it with you, because if you're really interested in style, even in this casual mode, you're going to have it. And then I want you to take a look at Udana's graphic. Take a snapshot or a screenshot and get her gift, which we're going to talk a little bit more about towards the end here, because this lady is offering you unlimited potential possibility if you want to grow into your best self, the best of the best of the best. That said, oh my goodness, back to you, Udana. How do we manifest and hold our new vibrational signature? You spoke to it a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about how we go about doing that. I love the word signature. more so than personal. And there's a reason for that. That's another saga. But what is and how do you hold your new vibrational signature?
That's a profound question because everything's moving all the time. So you get to practice. It's a skill, like you're practicing tennis. If you're going to go out and play with better tennis players, you got to go learn some things and start practicing how your body moves, how your energy moves, how you hit the ball. Same with singing or playing guitar, whatever you're doing. So you want to be able to practice tuning up your signature, like style, dressing differently, looking elegant for when you want to go into this new peer group. But here's the key I found that was so profound. I used to think that a boundary was something I would hide behind and lick my wounds over, when I just go, I've had enough. No, what I realized, and this is what had me walking around the house for a day and a half, was the boundary is the vision that I'm holding, that I get to grow into. And the way I grow into it is through loving through it. When I go out in the world, I just go love people. Have fun. Yes. The mantra I have for another training I have called be interested, be helpful, have fun. Be interested, be helpful, have fun. You can practice that everywhere to collaborate with people. And it's like the sun coming out. When the sun comes out, all the little flowers go, ooh, oh, you're here. And they open up and surrender to you.
I love that, Udana. I love that because you're using some of my favorite words. I love the word flow. Love the word flow. However you use it when you began to get a mastery of your own words, your own verbiage. Flow into it. Because you said something else here, which you're speaking to and you're alluding to in a different way, and you can expound on that. We are the magnets through.
Bingo. We are the magnet. And if you take a magnet and put it underneath a piece of paper and put a lot of metal filings on it, guess what? Those metal filings will go in the shape of the magnetic current, and you can, pull it all over the paper. When you design your vibrational signature, you have to practice it, though, because you're going to go out in the world and you're going to get it dented, and you have to come home and practice it again. Just like you practice anything, you tune it up. Oh my gosh, I used to call it with my meditation chair. Now I call it an oasis. I suggest that everyone, especially women, have a little oasis. Nobody else sits in it. Mm-hmm. You go, it's quiet. That's where you get to reconnect with source inside and cultivate this. And here's an important other detail.
Yes.
That vibrational signature is a way to screen out people who do not qualify for your time and attention. Because I want to say something again. The barometer is this joy you feel, this fecundity, this loving, this creativity. Woo! Orgasmicness. I'm here. I'm so happy. Woo! If you have people around you that are going, that's what fills the screen and goes through you and lights up the world. But if you have people around you who are making you feel like this and, oh God, what's wrong with me? And you don't have time for them.
You know what, Udana, you just used and expressed that so brilliantly. But in conjunction with that, you and I belong to a group that we both are regular people to attend because we love the group and the leader of this group. And what she shared with us the other day, which you and I both walked away with, she said, you're talking about energy. She says that it's not about gender, it's about energy. And this is what we all have to get to. When you talk about flow into and a magnet, we're talking about divine femininity here, but it also applies to males. My work is predominantly with females. So I love the way that you're expressing that. And I also like when you said, be interested, be helpful, have fun. We need to have fun, right? We need to enjoy it more.
Exactly. Because then everything happens better when there's a lot of joy. The people having the most fun win. They've already won, so they're just having fun. and here's the thing about men. Because I want men to know. And women, you need to know and let your men know. They want their women powerful. Because a juicy, powerful woman will heal you with it. She will love you all night. What you don't want is an angry woman. As nice as she can do, she's not going to be, men want their women powerful. And they've been pushing them down for 3,000 years. Girls, women,
Yes,
And
I'd like to piggyback on that just a wee bit because there has to be a big qualifier there, Udana, because we as women, those of us who can admit it, I can admit mine, the programming and the conditioning and the sexualizing, being marginalized and objectified in ways where it's all about our body parts. Being sexy is something that too many today have gone too far over to the dark side with. Nothing wrong with sexy. Most of us love sex, but you have to keep it in the right, because what you just said about men, but we're talking about real men,
real,
not those who just want you for your body parts and to bed you. So that's a whole different saga. And I just want to qualify that because I think a lot of us have been so programmed and conditioned that we think that it's about, but it's about what you're talking about. It's about energy. It's about heart and soul being connected. It's about flowing into your divine femininity, which is at its highest vibration, not the lower.
exactly.
And this is a huge collective. So we'll have those at the lower and the middle and the higher. But you and I and our famous leader, we're speaking to the highest vibration, a whole different ball game. Listen, my love, I don't know where the time goes here, but it goes quickly. I could go on and on and on with you. But yet I want you to share with us, not right here and now, a little bit about what it is that fills you up the most about the work that you're doing. I think you spoke to it, but I want you to speak to it a wee bit more before I put across here your poster. And then I want you to share with us a little bit about that. But
Okay.
tell us, what is it about the work that you're doing that excites you? And because I get your energy, I feel it. What is it?
I was born to be an actress. I didn't know I was born to be a writer until I got to Osho, and then I started writing. But it took me a while to come into that. But I love the concept of we're these interdimensional beings, and I love creating things that raise consciousness, that literally show us how we can rise to an occasion and live juicier, more wonderful lives.
Yes.
And not just winning, and it's definitely not just greed, because I've had a lot of money coming in, good health, and not have love in my life. And I was thinking, what am I doing here, God? What am I doing? So it's about, I want to be talking about those kind of things. And for some reason, it all lights me up. And I always felt that singing, acting, performing, I would call it a yawa. It was a spiritual act that I just surrendered to the flow. And
I agree. I completely agree.
Surrendered to the flow.
Udana, what you just said, I completely agree with you, totally. Because what you said and what you led off with is what happened to me. Sometimes we come to it later in life, sometimes earlier. It doesn't matter when. When it arrives, you know it. You say you were born to be an actress. You didn't know that maybe until really, and then I was born to be, to interview, to talk about style and femininity. But I was always told as a little girl, hush, Joy, you talk too much, talk too much. But as much as I talk, I listen too. So you see, whatever's meant for us, you said it earlier, it comes to us. So bless you for that. Tell us a little bit about your graphic. I'm going to ask Kirill to put it up for a brief second. And I want you to tell us about what you put together as a complimentary gift for those who will come to us. You can just start talking. She'll put the graphic up.
Okay, those things come to me because I started this about at least 5 days ago, and I've got it here. It's a little, I think you're going to enjoy it. This is not a sales pitch. This is the things I know. It's an overview of,
great.
First of all, the juicy living triangle. We need 3 things in our lives: love, health, and money. And money, there's a lot of misunderstandings about money. We all have them. So I really go deeply into that.
Put the booklet up again because she had the graphic up. Put that and show us.
This is the booklet. I had designed a little exercise for myself where I was able, so that this is a lot. But I'm really happy to do it because what it did, it helped me consolidate my thoughts. And what's important for this is free. This is there's a little form at the back, a worksheet at the back. It describes exactly how it works. But for you to actually explore some of your subconscious programs about money. You can do it about anything, but about money, it's really important. What are the 5 things your parents told you about money?
Oh.
What are the 5 things your parents demonstrated about money? Holy mackerel, that's a whole other one. What did you surmise about money? So it's an exercise for us to look deeply into those invisible programs. Say a fish doesn't know what's in water. What's water?
Udana, what a great way to end because the time flies here. But you I want to be one of the, if not in the lead of the first 5 to get that booklet, because I need it and I know that I do. Thank you for joining us tonight. I have enjoyed this tremendously, and you gave us so many golden platinum nuggets, which I'm so grateful for. She's going to put you in the green room, and I'll be with you in just a second. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my goodness. What can I say to you? I can say to you that the silver package, the gold, and the platinum, it's waiting for you. There's so much that I want to share with you. My friends, it's about color and prints and style. And it's often not what you love, it's what loves you back. And that's what I want to share with you one-on-one. So whatever you do, take a snapshot or a screenshot and join me. We are moving to another platform. We love this platform, but we're going to be testing something else out. So next week we'll be testing and playing around a wee bit, but we can't wait to see you and have you join us again. And for those of you who came for the live, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. You're always welcome here, and we can't wait to see you on our new platform. You have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the weekend. And from my heart to your heart, always much, much love. Embody it. Embrace it. Take it in. It's meant for you. Take care, my friends. Much, much love. Cheers.